Welcome to this module, where we will talk about the training of large language models. We will explain the different ways there are to train a large language model so that this model performs better on a particular task or a specific use case, or even acquires additional knowledge. As we already know, one of the key features of Chatbot GPT is customized training. This allows businesses to tailor the model to their needs, creating chatbots adapted to the specific and unique requirements. This in return allows them to have conversations with users and also to have good control over the model. Customized training offers us several advantages. First of all, it gives us more control over the flow of the conversation and the quality of the answers. By training the model with the specific data of your model, it allows us to have a better idea of how the chatbot will work. Additionally, by training the model with the specific data of our business, companies can ensure that the chatbot understands and responds to customer inquiries in a way that reflects the company's information as well as its brand. Furthermore, customized training improves the accuracy and relevance of the answers, providing a more satisfying user experience. The model, being trained with the specific data for the company, would be able to answer questions with knowledge about that business, also about its products or its services. This can be leveraged to enhance interactions with customers over time. Therefore, a chatbot trained with company knowledge will always give better answers than a conventional chatbot with general knowledge. When a model goes through a training or optimization phase, it leads to different versions or variants of the original model. Similarly, when a pre-trained base model is usually launched, other variants with different sizes are also typically launched. We usually find the base model, another smaller model with fewer parameters, for example, trained with less data, and then a larger model with more parameters and trained with much more data. We may also find different versions tailored to a specific use case. We may have the base model and then a model born from the base model, but that has been optimized through the fine-tuning process to perform a specific task, or using, for example, a specific language. Therefore, we are likely to encounter different variants. A smaller variant that has fewer capabilities than the base model, which usually knows how to predict what word comes next. For example, it knows how to generate text. Then, the base model that has additional capabilities and also knows how to engage in conversation. And finally, the large model that is a much more complete model that has been trained with many more data, which in turn is also more dense and knows how to respond to specific instructions. Therefore, we will find different versions of a base model with different sizes, and we may also find models specifically optimized for a particular task. And what model should we use? Well, it all depends on our use case. If, for example, we seek accuracy, we will usually have to resort to larger models, which have been trained on a larger dataset and have greater capacity. If what we are looking for, on the other hand, is speed because we have to respond in real time, we may favor the use of smaller models. If the task we want to perform is not too complex and speed is paramount, then we will look for smaller models. Finally, if we seek a specific performance for a particular task, in that case, we will favor the use of adjusted models, that is, models that have undergone a fine-tuning process in a task related to what we are looking for. It has to be that this model has been optimized for our task, or failing that, for a very similar task. Therefore, depending on our use case and what we are looking for, we will use one variant or another of the original large language model. In this task, we will address a crucial topic: data privacy when training our custom GPT chat models. Today, data privacy is a critical concern for both businesses and their customers. With the growth of data shared and stored online, protecting sensitive information has never been more important. Companies are responsible for safeguarding data. Any breach of data privacy can have severe consequences, such as damage to the brand's reputation, legal liability, and even financial penalties. As companies adopt artificial intelligence technologies, including GPT-powered chatbots, it is essential to prioritize data privacy. These chatbots interact in real time with customers, collecting and processing data during conversations. This data may include personal information such as names, addresses, and contact details, which must be handled with extreme care. Therefore, when training GPT chatbots with our company's data, we must ensure that data privacy is upheld. We need to process this data so that not too much personal information is shared with the algorithms. So, how can we customize our GPT chatbot by training it with a dataset while also guaranteeing data privacy? We can do this by following the guidelines we will discuss below. First, we should use anonymized data. During the training process, it is crucial to use anonymized data. This data is devoid of any personally identifiable information, such as names, addresses, phone numbers, and emails. In this way, we will protect our customers' privacy and prevent the exposure of sensitive information. Second, we must ensure secure data storage. The data for training GPT chatbots must be stored securely. We should adhere to standard data security practices, such as encrypting data at rest and in transit, using secure authentication methods, and enforcing access controls. Only authorized personnel should be able to access this data. Furthermore, the training data should be stored separately from the production environment to minimize the risk of security breaches. Another best practice is to limit data access. Only necessary personnel should be allowed access to the data used to train GPT chatbots. Access should be restricted to individuals who are trained and familiar with the best practices for data privacy. This will reduce the risk of misuse or unauthorized access. Another good practice is to obtain consent and maintain transparency. We should obtain explicit consent from customers before collecting and using their data to train GPT chatbots. We should achieve this through clear and transparent privacy policies. We should inform customers that their data could be used to train AI models, including GPT chatbots, and also provide them with the option to decline the use of their data if they wish. Transparency and consent will foster trust and demonstrate our commitment to our customers' data privacy. Another good practice is to conduct regular data audits. We should regularly audit the data used to train GPT chatbots, ensuring that only necessary data is used and that it complies with privacy regulations and internal policies. Data audits can identify and rectify any risks or vulnerabilities in data handling. Another good practice is compliance with privacy regulations. We must ensure that the custom training of GPT chatbots complies with relevant privacy regulations, such as the General Data Protection Regulation, the California Consumer Privacy Act, and other applicable laws. As we know, currently GPT Chat is not GDPR compliant, but the integration of GPT Chat features from OpenAI within the Azure environment is. Finally, another good practice is staff training. Personnel involved in the model training process, including data scientists, developers, and other team members, should receive training on the best practices for data privacy. This ensures that all team members are informed and responsible for maintaining data privacy during the training process. It is imperative that we train our GPT chat model with our company's private data. We follow these best practices at all times to ensure we maintain data privacy.